Welcome to ANS Solver question 9 of this paper. So for part A1, they have asked you to find the side AC, and they've asked you to show that it's 76.7 meters. Now they've told us that the angle of elevation from of C from A is 26. So therefore this angle is 26 degrees, and the angle of elevation of C from D, that is this angle, is 72 degrees. Now, to show that AC is 76.7, we need to find at least one of the other angles in the triangle ACD. So how we do that is, since the angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees, we can do 180 minus 72 and find this angle. So 180 minus 72 is 108 degrees. And to find this third angle, all we need to do is 180, because angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So 180 minus 108 minus 26 is equal to 46 degrees. Now we can use the sine rule to find out the side AC. So sine 46 divided by the side that is opposite to it, which is 58 meters, which is equal to sine of the angle opposite to AC, because we have to find AC. So sine of 108 divided by x. So we leave AC as x for now. Let's label it as x. And now all we need to do is solve this equation for x. So it will be x is equal to, we can take sine 108 to the other side of the equation. So when you take the numerator to the other side of the equation, it stays the numerator. So it will be sine 108 divided by the value of sine 46 divided by 58. So sine 46 divided by 58 is equal to 0.0124, and therefore x will be equal to sine 108 divided by 0.0124. So that would be equal to 76.6832. And since we need to give our answer in three significant figures, your final answer would be 76.7 meters. This is because the fourth significant figure in this case, which is 8, is greater than equal to 5. So it will round off the third significant figure to the next number. Now let's move on to part A2, where they are asking us to calculate BD. So we can easily calculate BD now, because it's a right angle triangle, and we know two angles, and we know one side. So we can use a trigonometric function to find the side AB and then subtract AD from it. So we know the angle 26, and we have to find the side AB, and we know the side AC. So we can use these three values to find the answer for A part 2. So I'll just draw the right angle triangle again so that it is easier to understand. So this is the right angle triangle. We know this value is 26 degrees. We know this value, that is 76.7 meters. And we need to find the base. So let's label that as x for this question. Now we know the hypotenuse, and we need to find the adjacent side to the angle. So therefore we can use the cos rule. So therefore cos of 26 degrees is equal to x divided by 76.6832. Now you want to use an exact answer so that you don't face the premature rounding error. So therefore x will be equal to cos 26 multiplied by 76.6832. Therefore x will be equal to, so cos 26 multiplied by 76.6832 is equal to 68.9224. So this is just the value of x. We need to find the value of BD, and x represents AB. So to find DB, all we need to do is, from this value of 68.9224, we subtract 58. So therefore dB will be equal to 10.9224, and therefore dB in three significant figures will be equal to 10.9 meters. So 10.9 meters will be our final answer for part A2. Now let's move to part B1. So for part B1, they are telling us triangle EFG has an area of 70 meters square. So area of 70 meters square, which is equal to EF is to FG is in the ratio of 1:2. So we can say that one of the sides is x and the other side will be 2x, and angle EFG is equal to 40 degrees. So we know that this angle is in between both those sides because F is the angle between the sides EF and FG. So we don't know if this is the right angle triangle, so we'll use the formula of half multiplied by side 1 multiplied by side 2 multiplied by the sine of the angle in between both the sides. So we know that the side, one of the sides is x and the other side will be 2x multiplied by sine 40. So now all we need to do is solve for x. So we can take half to the other side, so it becomes 70 multiplied by 2, which is 140 degrees, not 140 degrees, my bad, 140 meters square, which is equal to x multiplied by 2x is 2x square. Now instead of writing 140, actually we can cancel out the 2 and the 2, so we'll be left with 70 is equal to x square multiplied by sine 40. So therefore x square will be equal to 70 divided by sine 40. So therefore, one second. So sine 40 is equal to 0.6427, and 70 divided by that will be equal to 108.9006679. And now to find x, we need to take the square root of this answer, or the root of this answer. So we will get root of 108.9, which is equal to 10.4355. Therefore x will be equal to 10.4, because we have to give our answer in three significant figures. So the fourth significant figure in this case, which is 3, is lesser than or equal to 5, so it won't round off the third significant figure to the next number. Therefore 10.4 meters will be our final answer for B part 1 of this paper. Now let's move to B part 2. So they are telling us a different triangle PQR also has an area of 70 meters, and PQ is to QR is in the same ratio as it was in the previous triangle, and they are telling us that PQ is equal to EF. So they are asking us to find the angle PQR. So we know the sine identity, that is sine x is equal to sine 180 minus x. So if sine of, we found x or the previous angle, which was 40 degrees, so the new angle would be sine of 180 minus 40 degrees. Therefore we would get our answer as sine of 140 degrees, and therefore your final answer for part B part 2, which is for question B part 2, would be 140 degrees.